Good afternoon, everyone. I'm here in Calgary today in my constituency office, and I want to talk to you about an issue that some people think is just unique to Alberta, but it's actually very important for the entire country, and that's the sustainability of Canada's energy industry. This is a debate that's not new to Canada, but I think we really need to think about how this debate occurs, because Canada's energy industry produces jobs and economic growth for the entire country. It's not just confined to Alberta, and we know that the revenues that come in from creating jobs here, it's creating sustainability for our social programs from coast to coast to coast. So it really pains me, not just as a Calgary MP, but as a person who has a voice in Canada, to see the dialogue on this on the left be just so anti our energy sector. So I'm joined today by my colleague Prasad Panda. Prasad is an MLA here in Alberta. He's also the shadow minister within the United Conservative Party for Energy. I'm really excited he's here because he started an initiative to ask Justin Trudeau to do his job and really get behind supporting the build out of this pipeline. So Prasad, maybe can you tell us a little bit about the petition and what you're hoping it's going to accomplish?
Hi, Michelle.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great, and thanks for coming today. I know you're really busy in Edmonton. I'm just wondering if you can tell people that are watching this afternoon about this petition that you've started and what it's asking the federal government to do.
Yeah, hello everyone. First of all, I would like to thank my hardworking MP, Michelle, my good friend, for sponsoring my petition 1509, asking Prime Minister Trudeau to declare Trans Mountain expansion as a national, as a project in national interest, just to stop BC government from creating problems for the project. BC government of late has been using delaying tactics because in the past Energy East project was killed through delay tactics, and environmental radicals are using the same for Trans Mountain expansion project, which has been in operation for 60 years without any major incident, and it's just an expansion project within the current right of way, and BC government is doing all this to save their own government, because the Green three MLAs from Green Party of British Columbia, they are dictating terms to NDP in BC, which is the same NDP in Alberta. So that's why, with the help of my good friend Michelle, we started this petition asking Justin Trudeau to invoke 9210C under our constitution to actually get this project built and put the shovels in ground.
Yeah, I know, Prasad. I've watched you and Jason Kennedy try to advocate for an end to this trade war, because it's not productive for anybody. Sitting in Ottawa advocating for our mutual constituents, it's really disappointing to see two NDP governments escalate an internal trade war that benefits no one. But really, the onus on this, I think, is on Justin Trudeau. Justin Trudeau could invoke a large number of measures. He could even just have some political will and say, I am going to make sure that this is built out. It's been reviewed through the most rigorous environmental standards. We're going to see this built out. But I get the sense that he really doesn't want to take that ownership on. So I'm really glad to sponsor your petition. And for anybody who's watching today, we have a special website set up. It's called, if you go to www.use92.ca, and it's linked on the top of this Facebook video. Please go there and sign it if you believe that we can build out pipelines in an environmentally responsible way. And if you want to see Justin Trudeau exercise his authority in this regard to make sure that this pipeline, which has undergone so many years of review, and as Prasad said, has already been operating for many, many years, if you want to see that build out. Prasad, a lot of times people, as I said on the front end of this video, sometimes try and make this debate just about Alberta. You know, in your role as Shadow Minister for Energy, what would you tell people across the country in terms of why the energy industry is so important to Canada as a whole?
Yeah, Michelle, recently I read reports from Scotiabank and University of Calgary and others. We have done studies, and they estimated every year Alberta and Canada are losing about $15 billion, which is almost $43 million a day. So that is the revenue for Alberta, for Canada, and for the corporate industry,
Right.
which could
that's on the price.
Sorry.
That's price differential, right, Prasad? So because we only have access essentially to one market, the American market, for our energy products, we're losing that price differential that would be there if we could export more of our product into other markets. Is that correct?
You are absolutely correct, because the WTI is at $62 now US, and the product we are selling to the only market, which is south of the border US, we are getting only $30. So we are losing $30 per barrel, which translate into billions of dollars. So that money could be used for the social programs. You know, the NDP in, I mean, all levels of government here, they are taking it very lightly, particularly the Alberta provincial government led by Rachel Notley and her federal allies, Trudeau Liberals. They're not actually championing this project because they had to realize how much money is on the table. We are actually subsidizing United States consumers. So they are taking our oil at $30 discount, and they're selling they're exporting now their oil at $60 per barrel. So they are making all that money, and Alberta and Canada is losing that money. So this project is not just in the benefit of Alberta, but it's good for all Canadians.
Yeah, and I think that's something that sometimes that piece of the conversations gets lost in that, you know, this is really, we're not even talking at this point about adding a whole bunch of capacity in terms of production in the energy sector. This is really about getting the value for what we're already producing. And when you think about that, how easy it would be for us to add that revenue to, you know, Canada's social programs, the jobs and growth that it would be created, it seems like a no-brainer to me. And it seems like a no-brainer for all Canadians. So just before we go here, Prasad, is there anything that you want to add in terms of why it's so important for Justin Trudeau to take leadership on this issue?
Yeah, so Prime Minister Trudeau, he's dithering on this, and with your help and with your caucus colleagues pushing him in Ottawa, we're trying to get this project built. Otherwise, if we let environmental radicals to take over this and delay the project to death, Alberta and Canada will be losing billions of dollars. And also by exporting this to the countries like China and India, we're going to help them reduce their emissions and also meet their energy requirements. So in the bigger picture, by stopping our exports, that will not help reduce the global emissions, because they're going to import that oil from other countries like Saudi Arabia and Russia and other countries who doesn't have similar human rights or environmental standards. So we all will be losing by not building this project. So I urge all Albertans and Canadians to sign this petition sponsored by Michelle, and help us to get at least 50,000 signatures so we get the traction from Prime Minister Trudeau to act upon that.
You know, I think you just made some really great points that, just in closing, I want to reemphasize. The reality is, for those who are watching, you know, this project has gone through, I think, some of the world's most intensive environmental scrutiny in terms of what needs to be put in place in order for it to be built out. And, you know, I think about the things that our former Conservative government put in place in terms of tanker safety, you know, all sorts of other environmental standards that allow Canada's energy sector to produce products in a way that, you know, the Liberals, Prasad, as you know, and the NDP, they often talk about, you know, a no carbon economy, but somehow we have to, like, it's not like our demand for carbon products is going to disappear overnight. I don't understand why the government wouldn't be getting, these governments wouldn't be getting behind the production of Canadian energy, because it is done in an environmentally responsible way. And, you know, Prasad, maybe you and I can have another conversation on here for my viewers. At another point in time, we could talk just about how poorly designed the carbon tax is in terms of it being a policy initiative that will actually reduce greenhouse gas emissions. But I know you've got to get back to your legislative duties in Edmonton, and I just really want to thank you for all of your hard work. For those of you who don't know Prasad, he's really an unsung hero here in Alberta. He has quietly worked really hard to protect the future of Canada, frankly, by promoting some of these issues in a really smart way. So Prasad, thank you so much for all of your work on behalf of everyone who's listening here today. And I just want to encourage everybody, the call to action here today is to go to the website, to go to use92.ca. Please sign this petition. Please share this video so that we can hold Justin Trudeau up to account and get him to do the right thing and see this pipeline built out. Working hard for you in Calgary and in Edmonton. Have a great day.
Thank you.